and slow. Folks, if no one comes in, that's okay too. I don't think anyone's going to be here. Yes, folks, this is how I feel. A little 2-minute music montage. Oh, that's wonderful. Alright, folks, this is Transparency and Merit. I am Brian, and this is how I feel. My feelings. Nobody else's but mine. So I'm going to turn off the music very slowly. There we go. It's off. So, folks, this is me. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. No pictures. Don't shoot the gun. Thunder and lightning, folks. Thunder and lightning. Just playing with the sound effects here. It's kind of interesting. School's in session. All right, so I'm kind of going to go into how I feel. And this is pertaining to one Debbie, we'll just call her Debbie Daley. And I see no one's come in here yet, and no one's come in the chat room, so they'll more than likely listen to the replay, and I'm smacking my lips. I apologize for that. So, and I'd rather talk about more interesting things, but I kind of want to get this kind of thing off of my chest. I'm going to take a quick sip of water, folks. So there's going to be a little bit of dead air as I begin to sip water. Thank you, King Bong. Well, we do have King Bong, who said I got busted at the Black Denny's. And I did, and it was humiliating. And we have Willie. Willie despises the way I lip smack. When I hear Willie get upset, he often reminds me of of Goofy Bone. And then we have Dennis, the great Dennis Dyke. So I wanted to just touch on this subject on why I did the shows that I did about Debbie Daley, why I did Throw Granny in Jail, different types of goofing on Debbie. The reason I did that is when I heard about the email that went to Liz's work, and Debbie says she didn't write it, okay. My opinion is the way in which she acted afterwards. She didn't act as though she was innocent, and she was doing shows putting her first and last name out there and kind of doubling down. I didn't hear a lot of contrite, hey man, I mean, like, if I hadn't done that, and I'm against that sort of thing, I would have said, hey guys, I'm not in favor of this kind of shit. I don't pull this crap, and I'm not going to do any shows about this person. I have not done this, and I don't do this kind of thing. Instead, she doubled down with the shows featuring her last name, to a degree being a bit of a dox, and just, in my opinion, just not acting the way I would have acted had I been accused of sending an email to somebody's work. I would have said, hey, I didn't do this, and and I'm sorry that it happened. She wasn't really sorry that it happened, and like I said, she doubled down on the attacks, and in my opinion, did not act very favorably. And look, I've known Debbie for a long time. About 2011 is when I started doing this, and I've known her since then. We've had ups and downs, and this is definitely a down. And it really, I thought I knew her better, but her behavior with Liz, to me, was very distasteful. And I know I do a lot of distasteful things, but this was trying to hurt somebody, and to me, she came across as a very mean, petty, vindictive person who would really hurt someone if they got the chance to do so. And you know what? No. And Willie asked me a question. Do you think Debbie was in L.A.? You know what? I'm not sure. I guess she may have been. I do say the reason that she gave for not meeting me was really kind of crappy. But again, dude, it's like, I really personally don't, I just don't care. I mean, I wanted to meet her, but I didn't really need to meet her. And to me, like I said, the reason I had done those shows, saying throw Granny in, because she said, the reason I didn't go out there, she told a few things. She said she had been talked out of it and this and that. And she basically, went back on her word. In my opinion, that just furthers my opinion of her is, the truth is she's not that honorable of a person. And in my opinion, honorable people don't act the way she acts. So let's see. The text showed she seemed to indicate you canceled on Wednesday steak dinner. That's not true. I mean, that whole thing, like she said we were going to meet on Friday with Joe and I, Jewish producer, and that's not what ended up happening. She ended up bailing. She ended up bailing early on. I mean, like, you know, I actually texted her, and then she said, "No, I'm taking an early. I'm taking an early flight home. I hate LA," is what she ended up telling me. And all this back and forth about what transpired, basically, she bailed on that, and that's fine. I mean, the truth is, to a degree, this kind of furthers her character because she, like I said, she agreed to meet, and then she went back on her word. And if you want to, look, if you guys want to favor that, that's fine. And again, my thing with the way I acted before, because now she's saying it was the way I acted, throw Granny in jail and this and that. The reason I did is I actually thought, hey man, she did it. She emailed the boss. And even if she didn't do it, the way she acted after the email, not very good. I mean, it made her look very guilty. And I'm just not down with that. I'm not down with people doxing people and going to their work. I think that's a very cruel and nasty thing to do. And I think if people who do that, in my opinion, are pieces of shit. It's just a scumbag thing to do. And I'm not in favor of that. I'm not in favor, and I don't know where this shit comes from, where people think that, they should dox people and try to get them hurt in their employment or in their personal life. I just think that's a bunch of crap. And to me, she didn't behave right afterwards. I thought it was a bunch of shit. And thinking about it, it still pisses me off. Because I remember, the trolls coming after her and stuff, and I thought, man, who would do this shit? And it's her. She does the same shit that she accuses everybody else of doing. Now, MM is a man of character. His lips are overlubed, but he still has character. You know what? I can't help the way my lips sound. I'm trying not to smack. Whatever. I mean, I really, look. This is her telling me to fuck off, liar. And this is just, it's just, no, Debbie, you acted wrong. You behaved wrongly, and you just don't want to admit it. And now you're having a little tizzy fit. But, you know what? I don't care. You doubled down on the attacks after you were accused of the email. Prove what? Prove what? You doubled down. I mean, it was there. And you didn't. I went down on the attacks because of the email. I thought that was a fucked up thing to do. I thought the way you acted was fucked up. And, you know what? I can't prove one way or another that you sent the email. I don't have all the access to any of that information. I just know what I was hearing from you. You're not a better fighter. You are an awful fighter. You play a horrible game of defense. Horrible. Horrible. You're a terrible fighter. You didn't act with honor. It was very dishonorable what you did. If I was accused of doing that, and I believe that somebody's work was emailed, I would have said, "Hey, I'm sorry," and I would have never have mentioned that person's "Hey, I'm sorry," and and I would never have mentioned that person's name ever again. You doubled down on your behavior. You know what? I was